Hello, 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 everyone. This is Lysandra Brooks, aka your girl Lala with the LG Effect. I am here to help hurting and struggling women to conquer life issues one issue at a time. And I just wanted to come on and speak briefly today to encourage someone. I want to speak to my conquerors. I want to speak to the champion on the inside of you. You say, well, Lala, I don't feel so much like a champion. It seems like nothing is working out for me, that I am a total and a complete failure. Well, I want to tell you that is a lie. That is not truth. That's the farthest thing from the truth. I want you to speak to the champion on the inside of you, and I'm going to speak to the champion on the inside of you. You see, we may see ourselves as being insignificant. We may see ourselves not being as grand and as accomplished as some others, but I want to assure you today that deep down on the inside of you, there is something that says you are a winner. There is something that says you are more than a conqueror. There is something on the inside of you that says you can do all things through Christ that gives you strength. I want to share a brief story with you. There was a character, a man in the Bible named David. At this time, David was very young. He was a little shepherd boy out in the field keeping the sheep, his father's sheep, and there came a lion and or a bear, and he smote both of them, and he redeemed and recovered the little lamb. I want you to know, whatever you are facing on today, whatever that comes and tries to steal from you, you're able to overthrow it. You're able to kill it. Bottom line, you were able to do that. Also, as David grew up, he faced a giant, a massive giant, was known as Goliath. And Goliath was known as the champion of the Philistine army because of his mass. And he was so large and huge that everyone that came up against Goliath was fearful of Goliath. But then there is that David that keeps showing up on the scene. You keep showing up. Y'all heard what I said? You keep showing up and you don't allow fear to overtake you. No matter how big your situation may be, no matter what Goliath you are facing, no matter how massive, no matter how tall, no matter how heavy, no matter how huge your situation may be, you are able to overthrow. You're able to overtake him. You're able to sling your slingshot and knock him out with one stone. Listen, you have it on the inside of you. You have the capacity on the inside of you. I don't know what your Goliath is on today. I don't know what you're facing. Maybe it's debt. Maybe it's insecurity. Maybe someone has told you you will never be anything. You will never amount to anything. Maybe someone has even told you you just need to go somewhere and die. Someone has said you need to just give up. Someone has spit on your dreams. Someone may have even spit in your face and called you nothing. So you may be facing rejection on today. Someone has rejected you. You've gotten cancellation notices. You've got eviction notices. You've gotten what it is. Rejection. Yeah, I said rejection. I'm saying it again. Rejection or a denial. That's the word I'm trying to look for. You've been denied some things. You've been told no so many times you've lost count. But stand up against your Goliath. That may be your Goliath. That may not be your Goliath. Your Goliath may be you're overweight. You need to get your health under control. Your Goliath may be you've gotten that report from the doctor that is not good, that you have a life-threatening illness that you think you cannot recover from. That could be a Goliath. Physically, mentally, emotionally. We suffer with emotional Goliaths because we have been traumatized maybe from youth on up until now, or at some point we experienced some type of traumatization, and it's telling us that we can't move forward. It has literally almost paralyzed us, that we've come to a complete standstill, or we're at a very slow minimal crawl. I want to talk to you today. You are more than a conqueror. There is a champion on the inside of you. Stand up and face your Goliath, whatever it may be. We have to acknowledge that we have issues. We have to acknowledge that we have flaws. We have to acknowledge that we have different difficulties and different things that we face in our lives that we're presented with, some on a daily basis. And sometimes it can be simply overwhelming. But I want to speak to the champion in you, and I want to speak to the champion in me, because we can do all things through Christ that gives us strength. We can't do it in our own ability, but we have to simply rely and trust on God to do exceeding abundant above all that we could ask him, all that we can think or even imagine in our little finite minds. Whatever we can come up with, God is able to do it. He's able to handle the situations. He's able to trump your Goliath. He's able to cause victory to come to you. He's able to cause success and victory and triumph to come to your house. But will you stand up? Will you allow that David to rise up on the inside of you? Will you slew the giant? Will you slew the bear and the lion? Yeah, you can do it. But look deep down inside. Cancel out the negative thoughts. Cancel out the naysayers. Cancel out everything that says you cannot. You will not. You will, it's impossible. You will never make it. You will never succeed. That you are nothing. That you were a child that was never wanted. That you showed up and your mama didn't want you. Your daddy didn't want you. And it seemed like the world didn't want you either. But you're still here. And you're still here with purpose. So I'm talking to my conquerors and my champions on today. You got to know that you are more than enough. You got to know that you can do all things. It may cause you to have to bear down. It may cause you to have to grit your teeth. It may cause you to even have to shed some tears, but you're able to push through. Face whatever your giant is. Face it on today. Face your giant. Stand up to the giant and say no more. This day, I will see no more. I will not see you again. So go ahead and defeat your giant on today. I am LaSandra Brooks, a.k.a. your girl Lala, just simply here to empower, to encourage, to uplift, to motivate, to inspire, and cause you to soar to higher heights. Again, I'm LaSandra Brooks, the queen of conquering, here to help hurting and struggling women to conquer life's issues, one issue at a time. And I simply want to remind you to always be your authentic self. Quitting is never an option, and you are a woman with purpose. So go conquer, champion.